about it with Ann. First of all, let's be clear. Yeah, you see her. She stand on business. Don't play no games. If it's heat in the streets, she know the names. She don't just talk it, she break it down from the start to the finish. The whole rundown stuff you miss, yeah, she got all that. Have you like, oh, I know all that. From the blocks to the tea they spill, she connect them dots, give you the real. Not just headlines, she give you depth. Make it all make sense with every step. And listen, she gon' say what y'all won't say, even if it hit a whole different way. If her opinion don't match the crowd, she stand on it, say it proud. No apologies, no walking it back, cause keeping it real ain't wrong, that's fact. She give it to you straight like that, no chaser. Every time she speak it, it's all flavor. You might agree, you might not, but either way, she hitting the spot. Unfiltered voice with a mind that's sharp. Every take comes straight from the heart. So if you tired of the same old view, she bring that angle you never knew. Let's talk about it with Ann. She said what she said. No chaser.
Hey y'all.
Hey, everybody.
Hey Angel.
Hey,
Hey,
sis.
hey chat. How y'all doing? I'm tired today, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was trying to fall asleep, but I said let me get on here.
Is it a gloomy day?
Huh?
Is it gloomy for you too? I say, is it a gloomy day for you?
Yeah. The sun, which is funny because now that it's 7 o'clock, the sun is like trying to peek out. Like the rain want to go away now. Cause it's definitely been
Oh, okay.
all day over here. So now that in a minute
Hey, sis.
it'll go down. Hey Petty.
Okay. Hey.
Hey
Oh,
hello Thelma. Misunderstood. Linda. Randy. Yellow Flower. How y'all doing today? As Angel said, it's gloomy. It was gloomy over here in New York. The sun is now at 7 o'clock. The sun now wants to play peekaboo. But in a minute, the sun gonna go back up. But it was rainy all day here in New York. Looking nasty outside. We didn't want to go out there. We just want to sleep all day. That's what it was looking like. And I think that's why I was so sleepy. I haven't fell asleep, but I feel drained.
yeah.
But so I said let me jump up on here because I said I was gonna go live. Let me jump up on here. I'm eating me some more pieces of watermelon. So if y'all hear me chewing a little bit, I'm just eating some watermelon, y'all. But how y'all ladies doing today? How was y'all day?
My day was okay.
That's good. Petty,
I'm chilling.
you sound
Getting
like you
ready for
sleep.
work shortly.
Oh, I
No,
forgot you got to work today.
just chill mode though.
You
You
sound like it.
sound sleepy.
She sound like it. I forgot she worked today. She worked tonight.
Yeah, she sound real sleepy.
hmm Well, Petty know at any point if she got to jump off, she can. She know I understand. So yeah, y'all. How y'all doing? Everybody in the chat. How everybody doing in the chat? Welcome, welcome. If it's your first time, please hit the like button. Subscribe. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into Nevaeh and Blueface. What y'all? First off, wait. Before I even get into them, did anybody watch or listen to um McChina's live this morning?
No.
Well, she did a short little short live, no longer than 20 minutes. It was short, but she
Okay.
did her little live talking about she
I
need
think
help,
she was
y'all.
asking for some help. Yeah.
Yes, talk about she need help. That she found the house that she don't went over to the fight, the Krishan fight, and she liked the area, and she done looked at a couple of houses, and she found one that she like, and she just needs some extra moolah. She said she need $450. That's what she said.
Good.
She said she need $450. She said that her house is packed up, ready to move. The people already, they didn't want to wait for her next check. They wanted it now for her so she could move in. And she was like, Krishan want her to stream. So Krishan told her she gonna help her stream, but she needs to stay positive. She don't want her answering people with the negativity. And she gonna help her. She gonna help her get her stream room together, child. So people was somebody in the chat was like, I guess they must have asked her why she ain't asked Krishan. And she was like, I'm not gonna ask Krishan. Krishan is my baby sister. Now Krishan is her baby sister. She said, Krishan is my baby sister and she have her own kids she needs to take care of.
So
So
she gonna
now,
come online and ask her, well,
oh,
not
no,
us.
well, wait, hold up, Angel. Now that's her baby sister and she has a kid to take care of. But before it was, yeah, she could have gave us some money because if I had money, I would be giving it to my sisters and I would be helping them. And then remember, it was a whole charade before. Now all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, she had you come up there to the fight. Now it's different. Hey Sonia, hey Miss T, hey Monique, hey Chandra, Sean Dry. I don't know. I hope I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name. Um, yeah, but yeah, I heard that this morning. So she talking about they can't wait until she get paid. So she need $450 now because she's already packed up, ready to go. Now we know she ain't find a house that fast. She ain't buy no house. So if it's a house, she's renting, right? It's somebody who rent out their house. But I don't know how Section 8 work. I know you can move from
But what?
state to state and you can move different places on Section 8, but don't she got Section 8? And don't that take a minute? It does. You move from one house to another like that. Don't you got to have like some type of problem in a house that you currently in and stuff like that? Like, how does Section 8 work? Because I don't even know, y'all.
But what is she going
I
to
don't know.
Philly
I ain't
for?
never had it.
She says
Like,
she
why would
liked
you
it
be going
out
for
there.
Philly? Ew.
She liked it out there, and
And
now
I'm
she
not
want to.
dissing Philly. What I'm saying is how you go from, well, I could see her wanting to get out the ruins of West Virginia, but why wouldn't she? I mean, you're going to Philly for what?
Mm.
Because that's what? How far is that from Maryland? An hour and a half. It
That's
wasn't
not. It's
bad.
about
That's
right.
not
I was
bad.
gonna say something.
And I don't think that that's Philly. Let me get it right. I think that that was PA.
Mm-hmm. I believe so too. Well, that's her story. Child, she was up there. She was live for about 20 minutes. It was a short live.
She should do
And
like most people do that. Need money extra fast. Go get you a payday loan, or go get you a what you call that? One of those. It's not a payday loan. It's a where you make monthly payments on it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
But I know.
anyway, she could go get her a loan or something to that nature. Or if she can't come up with the money, then you can't afford the house.
Exactly. Well, she claimed she had the first month rent and security deposit and all that. She just still $450 short. Hey Cher, is we talking about McChina. We talking
Installment loans. Installment loans. I'm sorry.
yeah,
She
we
should get an
talking about
installment loan.
mm, well, she figured she'll come to her chat because every time she need help, they bail her out. So she needed $450, honey. And she came on there quick fast, asked for it, and got off.
Was she able to raise it on her life?
I don't know. I never heard her say thank you to nobody. So, like I said, she didn't even stay on live. She just came up there, said what she said, and got off.
That's kind of bullshit.
So I guess she figured she could say it, leave her live up, and then the people that help her, they know they know her cash app already. They just gonna send it to her. So, and she probably have one or two supporters that send her $150 without hesitation. So. Mm. But that was what she was asking for today. That was early this morning. That was about 6 o'clock this morning, honey. She got up there bright and early when everybody was sleeping.
Yeah, she knew
So
better.
yeah. So that was funny. But yep. So yeah, she did that. So yeah. Nevaeh. Wait, hold on. Let me speak on Terrain real quick. Is Terrain now her new job selling burgers and hot dogs on the street? Because, we saw it the first time. Then she went live again talking about pull up, pull up, pull up. So is that her new job? She's selling burgers and hot dogs now in front of her house.
So is she trying to be like her sister selling glizzies and stuff?
Yeah, just that she ain't cooking. She just selling hot dogs and burgers, honey. And who she went live with? Tasiki. So that way she could get some attraction to her. She went live with Tasiki. And whoever was holding the camera, when they showed the block, not one person was there.
Oh,
Not one person was over there. They definitely she definitely live in a hood. They're definitely in a hood. But it was nobody over there. Just her and her burgers and her franks.
I guess
Yeah,
she said it's safe to sell.
yeah, that's the new job, Monique. What you say, Angel?
I say I guess that's the safe way to sell. You can't
Yeah,
really mess up no
Not her
burgers
burgers
and
and her
hot dogs.
franks.
Look, you can't mess up hamburgers and hot dogs.
You can't mess
yeah,
up a glizzy.
Right.
right, right. I'm like, wait, hold on. That's what we selling. I'm waiting to see what Chastity what Chastity gonna sell next. Like everybody now try well, I guess what's her name? Tareen gotta find something, but being that she not speaking to Krishan, she gotta she and she gotta show that I don't need my sister. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to ask her for nothing. I make my own money. I don't know. I guess the books ain't selling that well. Cause remember, she was making her book too, and She was doing all of this hip stuff. I ain't see Tareen say, well, let me send you a couple of dollars to help, let me donate. Let me send, she just put on a live and said, let me give you some views and try to get some people over there on the block.
So is that one of the new hustles too, to write a book and sell it? Because everybody all of a sudden now author.
Mm-hmm. Shit, you ain't hear Carissa telling people, start writing stuff down about your life so you could, have it for your kids and your grandkids when they grow up. Yeah, that's the new hustle, honey. That is the new hustle.
They lucky
So,
that AI is out helping people write books because it ain't used to be that easy like that. Like you
yeah.
actually had to put some creativity into writing a book.
Oh,
Now it's
nobody
so
have a
easy,
brain.
huh?
I said nobody have a brain anymore.
Exactly.
But I think that the AI is good and is bad though. So like
Hmm.
somebody like me that I be needing help with a lot of stuff. Like my new laptop, I was hooking it up today, and it's definitely different from any other laptop I had. So I definitely needed help. And chat walked me through it, and I still didn't finish with it. I had to put it down because it was so much to do. Even chat was like, okay, so we gonna do some more tomorrow. Just relax, and we'll do more tomorrow, right? So
Hmm.
it's taking time to hook it up or whatever, right?
Hmm.
So chat definitely has been helping me. I will say that because I'm not a computer person, right?
Hmm.
However, that's the good part about it. But then I feel like the bad part about it, especially the kids coming up in school. When remember we had to write book reports when we were younger. You had to read the book, write a book report,
Hmm.
have all these different key points of the book report. You had to use your brain growing up. Now that you have chat, you could just ask chat anything and they'll give you a whole story, a whole summary. And a kid could just write all of that, boom, 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 and they go their report in school. You know what I'm saying? Like people's not gonna use their brains anymore. Like it's not gonna be common sense. My favorite line is common sense is not so common anymore. And it's really gonna be like that with this AI because it's gonna take over with people not using their brains no more.
Well, the
Especially
one thing,
the generation.
well, I was in school or whatever, and it most definitely helped me with some of my coursework. But our instructors let us know, like, hey, if you using AI, like where you got it doing your work and stuff, they was like, that's plagiarism. And two, like you will be expelled or whatnot out of school. Like they have, like sometimes I don't know, like if you ever like really like paid attention, but you can tell when somebody using AI because of how they talk. Now,
Mm-hmm.
unless they're able to get it to sound like them, for the most part, when people talk on a everyday, like everyday talking, they not using big fancy words, and that's the thing about AI. Like when you get it to trying to, do the work for you and everything, it gets to talking like it's Einstein, and you automatic your teachers and them automatically know. But it's like what you said, ain't nobody using their
Hey,
brain.
Nanette. Yeah. But I just feel like people ain't gonna use I feel like the new generation, because the older people, we already went to school, we already did all of that, we already kind of, it's helping some of us now. But I'm talking
Hmm.
about the new generation. Like I feel like they're already lost in the world, and I just feel like I feel like the AI is really gonna help them just be, screws
Stupid,
loose screws loose
stupid.
Nah, screws loose in their brains. Like all the screws ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
yeah, so now everybody's gonna use AI to write a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess it if you put in your own thoughts to the book, like if you like say if I wanted to write, because I thought about doing a book, not now, years ago. I thought about doing a book on my life, because like it's not a secret. I told everybody I was adopted, right? I was
I'm sitting there
Mm-hmm.
adopted.
thinking the same thing. I want to write a book as well.
I wanted right. Well, Petty, me and you had stories. We definitely know that we both could definitely write a book. Me and Petty, we talk a lot. And years ago, I thought about writing a book on my life growing up, being adopted and stuff like that. And up until years later, 2018, I found my biological family. And, not my mom was passed. So it was like I thought about writing a book many, many years ago. I wanted to do it. But then I was like, damn, how am I write the book? Because one thing about me, I hate writing. Like, I hate writing. After I write two lines, my handwriting starts to get sloppy because I hate writing. It'll start off so neat. I'm gonna give it by the fifth line. My handwriting just get horrible, right? Because I
Instead
hate
of instead of writing it, just type it out on your computer. Like
right, and that would take me 10 years because I like my son, he could stand there with you with his phone in his hand, look you dead in your face, eye to eye, hold a whole conversation with you, and have a whole texting conversation with somebody never looking down. I can't do
damn,
that. I'm sitting here with the computer in front of me. I'm looking for A. I'm looking for the P. I'm looking for the T. it
you sound like
would
me when I'm typing. But
it would take me forever. So I just never, and oh, remember typewriters? Forget about it. If I can't do the computer, I couldn't do a typewriter back in the days.
but you know what? Luckily for us, they now have talk to text. So you can most definitely have it where you talking and it's texting it is writing out everything it is that you're saying. Like my
Right.
doctor even used
Yeah,
that.
and it's writing you in the emotion that you're saying it in.
Yep.
And if people use AI, like, I mean, if there's a way you use it, I'll just saw this guy. He was giving a class where it's basically it's an assistant. You know what I mean? Now, if you use
Mm,
it where you getting too reliant on it, and you're not even AI help you with ideas. It's supposed to help you with ideas or
Hmm.
help you, with a complicated situation. It's not supposed to do your daily tasks, but some people use it like, hey,
mhm.
AI, put my
Hey,
day together for me. So it gets like that. You got to know how to use it and not abuse it.
Exactly. Like
mhm.
use it to your ability, like where it's going to help you and you still learning whatever it is that you're trying to learn, but not where it's actually thinking and doing for you. That's where you get messed up at. But you can most definitely use it to write you a book. Like you can have AI talk to text it for you.
Yeah. I mean, that was a thought years ago. It kind of went out. It kind of went out my head. I don't know. It may
Mhm.
come back in my head one day if I get if I just happen to be chit chatting with a what you call them, publisher that publish books, and they be like, hey, I do that, But right
Mhm.
now, I don't know.
But that
But
would be good though, like writing a book or whatnot about your experience growing up in the foster care system. Especially if you make it like you on your what's that Terry McMillan type time or whatever, like where it's real suspenseful and everything. Like there's a lot of other people going through that situation, or it's a lot of you got like a lot of young people that's about to be aged out of the foster care system. So to see what somebody else went through, they same experience or whatnot, like that would definitely be dope.
yeah, I've thought about it. I thought about it. I don't know. It may come back in my head again one day. I don't know. But, who knows? who knows? But like you said, everybody want to be a author. Everybody
Hmm.
want to be an author now. Everybody want to tell their life story. You know. So I haven't heard much about. Has anybody purchased Carissa's book?
I've seen a few people that she didn't post it that claim that they bought her book or whatever, but for all we know, she could have sent it to them and paid them to play like they
Right. Because I haven't heard much chatter on her books. Hell, we heard more chatter on China's book than we did on Carissa's book.
oh man, that
Uh,
was so epic. That was so epic. Fire. She was heated. Man, she was so pissed that she took the whole book off Amazon.
yeah,
That was funny.
yeah. Well, she claims she gonna do it over, honey, because now she know how to use Chat GPT. So yeah, that was something. But I don't hear no chatter about Carissa's book. Now she did go live yesterday. I did
Mm-hmm.
not watch her whole live because I'll tell y'all, Carissa is just like her son. I can't watch them too long. Like I was on the phone with Petty and she was live. So I was in and out listening to some of her stuff, but she was live so long. When she's live like that forever, she loses me within her lives because she be all over the place. Like she be everywhere with her lives, and then the crying had me
Well, her
like,
lies, her lies.
Right.
yeah, the crying, y'all. Did y'all see her live yesterday? Yo, I know
No.
y'all had to watch her live. I'm sure y'all seen it on Banger Live. Well, while
She got
Banger
me
was
blocked.
live, she
She
got
got
you
me
blocked.
blocked. Yes, I've been blocked ever since she did that mass block. And I
So
hate it because I be wanting to light her ass up. But she got a sister on
wait,
block,
hold
so
up. I think she blocked China too. Because remember when China was calling her out, like how she said she went to Kim and told Kim she wanted to fight Carissa, and Kim told her she gotta reach out to Carissa and her team, and then she'll get China a trainer and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
Carissa respond back to her in her stories. So I believe that she blocked China because today, when China did that little short live asking for the 450, she was like, yeah, she was like, so what's been going on with Carissa? She been quiet lately. Her daughter-in-law over there got three baby daddies coming out talk about the father, state of father, and she ain't been saying nothing. But Carissa was live for like 2 hours yesterday. So I said, oh, she
Damn.
got you blocked, shorty. I was like, she
Hell
blocked you.
no.
Cause she damn sure spoke on it. She was live for about 2 hours yesterday, speaking on her and speaking on Krishan. She sure was live. So I said, she got you blocked. Cause
Yeah, that
honey,
one got me blocked too.
well, honey, she did her performance. The hell with her talking about Krishan and her talking about Nevaeh. When she started talking about her son, when she was like, "Oh, that's why I pay his bills." Talk about Dre, and she do anything for Dre because she was what's the card? Petty. I said she said she was about to get for acting.
A Grammy
She
or
was
an
trying to
No,
get her
Oscar.
SAG. She was trying to get her SAG card. That's
yeah,
like a
sad
card like
card.
where you doing like cause I used like so if you do like movies, like say for instance somebody got like a pre-production movie, like a low budget movie, any kind of movie you get in if you're an extra, if you do enough of them, that you will earn a SAG card. SAG
Mm,
meaning SAGE. I think that's how to spell SAG card. But anyway, with this card, you basically get more opportunities, like for bigger films, like bigger
That's what she said.
auditions and stuff.
Yeah, she said, and you
So
get
yeah.
into like the union and all of that stuff like that. And she was like, Dre called her and was like, nobody came to pick him up from school. And she was like, she ain't know, should she leave now? Because she was right there to get her card, and um she ain't know what to do. And then she like got him. She said he was about 11 years old, and the girl started crying. She started crying, the fake tears to me. That was her acting, her little acting that she was trying to do to get that sad card. She was using the acting yesterday and crying, talk about he was on, she put him on a bus, had him go on a bus and help him, um give him the directions to get there to go pick up Blue. And when he got there to pick up Blue, the people told him he was too young, he couldn't let Jonathan leave with him. And she doing a crying, and he like, Ma, they won't let me get him. And then he called her back telling her the people said they gonna call ACS because they couldn't wait 45 minutes for her to come and get him. So she told him to take, when the lady turned her head, to take Jonathan and go run out the door. And he supposedly grabbed Jonathan and went running out the door and got him all the way home and fed him some hot dogs.
Hell no.
With all her tears, honey, just crying. Talking about, this is why I pay his rent now. I'ma pay his rent because I love Dre, because Dre was there.
So was the tears even bigger than the ones that she did when she was crying about the about Jaden eating the last piece of chicken? Baby, she was so animated with that girl. I was cracking the hell up. I'm saying, and I was hungry, and
Not a tear dropped. Her
yeah,
eyes was just wet. Her eyes were like wet around her eyes, but no tears fell down, child. Nobody paying her lying self no more.
she was like, and it was only one leg quarter, and it had gravy on it on top of some rice. And I had worked all these long hours, and I was so hungry, and all I did was just fall asleep for a second and woke up, and he had gave her the last piece of I was like, oh Lord. And I mean, she talked about that chicken for almost about 3 years.
Forever. The way how she be mad at Krishan for that ass whooping. But you know what? I was still thinking about that yesterday. She not mad. I don't think she's mad at Krishan for whooping her ass. You know what I think she's holding
Well,
against Krishan all this time?
what?
Instead of being mad at her son,
Mhm.
Blueface kicked them out. Remember, he kicked her and her daughter out, her husband. He kicked everybody out for Krishan and brought Krishan in. You remember he kicked them out, and she talked about that, like how he put them out, and Callie didn't have nowhere to go, and where Callie had to go when she left. I forgot where Callie went. I forgot. Somebody remind me. But
My bad. I thought that was for Jiggy.
that's what she I think
I was
that's what
gonna
she,
say I thought she kicked I thought he kicked them out for Jiggy
Yeah, it was for
and
Jiggy.
Jaden.
but then he kicked them out too. When they had to fight, didn't he kick them out then too? Am I mistaken? I remember he
Did
kicked
he
them out, but I thought he kicked her out then too. I could be mistaken.
kick
I
her
could
out?
have been.
Carissa?
Yeah.
He kicked Callie and Carissa out when Jiggy and Jaden
Yes, he
was
did because he kicked. I'm sorry for cutting you off. He kicked them out because Carlissa was getting mad about the dog poop, and then that's when her and Kashawn had that fight, and then he put them out. Yeah.
so
So it
he
was the
kicked them
second
out two
time.
times.
Yeah. I knew it was something. I remember him kicking him out with the
I don't know if
Krishan.
they was living there or he just put them out the house. I don't know if they was living there or not.
Wait a
Yeah, I'm
minute.
not sure.
So he kicked Carissa and Callie out twice.
Basically,
Cause
if they
I
was living
remember,
there or not, I don't know if they was living there. They could have been living
I'm
there,
not
but
sure.
he put them
I'm
out.
not sure.
I know
cause
he put them out.
I remember he kicked them out on live or whatever. And Callie was remember because Callie was trying to run up the stairs or whatever to get to Jaden and Jiggy, and he
No,
was blocking it.
see, see,
And
see, Lovely T. Sorry, see, Lovely T said yes because she didn't want Krishan dog living with them.
okay, but it was another time before that though. He was on live or whatever, and no, I think Callie was on live and she was videotaping them talking about some see what my bitch ass brother doing and da da da. And Carlissa kept telling Callie to get off live because she didn't want the world seeing Blueface kicking her out or whatever. And Callie tried to rush upstairs to go get to Jaden or whatever. And then it was a part where Jaden was standing downstairs, like at the bottom of the stairs, and she was trying to say something to Carlissa, whatever, and Carlissa, was big popping like she was gonna like charge at or whatever. But I remember Blueface kicking them out that particular time.
Yeah, look. So Future said he kicked them out twice. Once when
Okay.
Callie grabbed the knife trying to go up the stairs. Second
Yeah.
time is cause Krishan dog, and third time was when Krishan beat them up. So that's how I was
Oh,
thinking.
okay.
Like I think it was more than just the beating. I think it was cause he kicked her out. He kicked them out for her too.
Oh, okay.
Cause she just have hatred in her heart for Krishan that she just can't seem to let go. So you see, like when she be live and she be doing her performance and her acting over there on her live and talking this and talking that, and then she be like, "Oh, I don't want the Krishan people on my chat." But meanwhile, as soon as she see Krishan name going up her screen, she goes and answer that, and then she just spend a whole 20 minutes all on Krishan. Krishan ain't talk about you. Krishan ain't say nothing about you. Yesterday she wanted to talk about the baby, talk all this junk. 1 minute she talking like that is Blueface baby, and then the other minute she talking like it's not his baby because he says so. Now here's the thing: if this is not your grandson, because in the beginning for the first 2 years that Blue was locked up, you was hooting and hollering that wasn't your kid. You needed your grandkid. You needed a DNA test. Then when he came home, you was like, well, that's my grandbaby. I ain't gonna say nothing because he said that's his kid. XYZ. Now when he goes back and say it's not his kid anymore, you didn't really go back on that one. You didn't say, oh, it's not my grandkid. You know what I'm saying? Like, notice, pay attention to her. She's not saying that. She's not saying it's not her grandkid. But yesterday, she was like flip floppy with it. It was 1 minute, she don't know, that's what he say. Then the next minute, cause she reading comments, bringing up Krishan name, she talking about alls we ever wanted is when she go live. She go live to show y'all everything else. Now this is where I feel like she sound like Sean Davy Way. Oh, she go live. We want to see braces on his legs. We want to see him doing therapy. We want to see this. First off, why is the word we? Why do we need to see her doing anything with her kid? Like I said before, there's 24 hours in a day. Krishan give you between 30, 45 to an hour out of those 24 hours. So you only see that little bit of time. You don't see what she's doing the other 23. And as the grandmother, she don't even talk to you. So you damn sure ain't seeing nothing, just like we
Exactly.
ain't seeing nothing. So to say what we need to see, you don't need to see anything, but you see what you could have saw. and what you could have been a part of if you was a decent human being and you knew how to
Mhm.
treat that girl and treat that baby, you could have been a big part of all of that. The world didn't have to see it, but you could have saw it behind closed doors. Hell, when a baby going through therapy or whatever it is, she could have been FaceTiming you and you could have been seeing the little progress that he's going through while he's going through the work with the trainer, with the therapy trainer. But because you a piece of sugar honey iced tea, you just like us. You don't get to see nothing. You got to assume she's not doing anything, but you don't know that for a fact. But these are the things that you and your son do. Put these nasty, negative things, stories out there so people like Sean Davy Way could go run with it. So yeah, he could go run with it. But I want y'all, I don't even tune into the not like that. But honey, y'all need to go take a look at his was it yesterday's live when he spoke on Sean Davy Way and that picture he put up there, Sean Davy Way. Sean Davy Way don't need to be talking about nobody, cause the way he talking about baby Krishan got flat feet and all of this stuff with his feet. Well, his teeth was doing dances. Cause the way he got all them spaces in his mouth and the way his mouth was looking, honey, he shouldn't have never talked about nobody. And you know, the not went and put that old picture up there and was talking about him, saying his brother is a pedo and his brother is doing time and all it is. You should be worried about your brother and not Krishan, baby, honey. Go worry about your family. Go over there with him. Go do the business with your brother. You should never be talking about Krishan ever in life. In life. But I hope some steps is coming through in the future because I was watching a live yesterday, and what's the young coach that's with Krishan? I forgot his name. The young one. He even made a song for
Is
Krishan.
it Tommy or
What?
something?
It's
Is it
not
Tommy?
Tommy. It's not Tommy. It's the other one. I forget his name right now. But anyway, I heard that Nice. Yeah, there you go. Coach Nice. I heard that Coach Nice was asking about who is the people that keep leaking Krishan's address to all her whereabouts and blah blah blah. So they said they was gonna send him all the information to all these people. And y'all know Sean Davy Way is the first one. You know what I'm saying? And they know his real name. So I just hope that now that it might not happen today or tomorrow, but I hope now they get Krishan to get on this because this bullying and this girl can't. Nobody cares about her safety. Like these people is just attacking where she live, attacking what work she doing, gym. No matter what she doing, these people start calling and attacking, and her safety is put at risk. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's not cool that you could spend your time waking up every day to bully somebody like that. I don't care how much money you make it on the internet. I ain't making money like that. I'm barely making $1 on here. Okay, I just got monetized and I still ain't see a penny, right, y'all? But if I
Mhm.
was seeing $10,000 a month, I'm still not going to bully anybody. I could come up here and I could tell y'all something, right? Like let's say like in members only, I was talking about the Tasha K and Cardi B trial, right? I
Mhm.
ain't a fan favorite of Tasha K, but you'll just hear me talk on the subject and move on. I ain't gonna sit there and be like, oh, let me get all Tasha K information and let me do this to Tasha K like why? What do you get out of that? If you come up on the internet and you coming to do your little spills, your little 1, 2 to talk on the topic and move on. Whether you telling the truth or you lying, speak on it and move on. Why do you gotta harass people behind it? Why?
Mhm.
What are you getting out of that? What are you getting out of that? Like you claiming, oh, I'm trying to save the baby. How you saving the baby harassing his mother? How you saving the baby? You think that y'all not scaring that baby when people running up to where she lives, calling her Jen, trying to pop up and all? Y'all think that's not putting the baby in harm's way? That's
Mhm.
putting him in harm's way because
So
she that's putting, huh?
I'm glad you brought that up. So there's this other content creator that I was telling Petty about when she was talking about the Hater Olympics, and I told her about, well, it's a female one. She be on she used to be on YouTube a lot, but she be on TikTok and Facebook. So she did a live, or she did a clip where she showed Krishan and baby Jesus, like the one that she put on Snapchat. She was like, "Shiny girl, you need to block your surroundings or be mindful of your surroundings." She said, because I was able to, she was like, it looked like baby Jesus is in the cloud. She said, but I was able to snap your background and take it to Chat GPT, and it told me your address, where you at, how far the building that's in the background is from you, and all this stuff. She was like, you need to be more, and I was like, what type of
But
low
yeah,
life?
like why, right? Why are you putting that information out there? So other
Exactly.
people giving other people an
Ideas.
idea of what to do. But here we are talking about save baby Jesus, but you trying to put him in harm's way. You putting his
Right.
mother in harm's way, and you putting that baby in harm's way because you don't know what type of psycho y'all sending over there to her. Y'all don't know.
Yeah.
You could feel like, oh, I'm just behind the computer, just talking shit. But at the end of the day, you're sending a crazy person over there to her. You're putting her in harm's way. Look at Rihanna. Look what just happened to Rihanna. And Rihanna is in a multi-million-dollar house. And look what happened.
Hmm.
Like
I
it's
was
crazy.
just like, I was too out the money. Hmm.
It's crazy that one female could have the internet in such a crazy state of mind. And then when it seems like it dies down just a little bit, here go Blueface to spark them back up. To spark them back up with his nonsense and his lies. But if anything was to happen to that baby or happen to Krishan, that's on Blueface. That's on his mother. That's on Whack 100. That's on all of them. Because they are the ones that pick these weirdos to do these things. Now, Blueface want to pretend that's not his kid. But if something happened to that baby, God forbid, I bet you ain't gonna never be the same. Whether you come to the internet to tell the truth then or not, you'll never be the same. Because you the reason. You the reason.
Hmm.
I don't understand this clout thing. I don't understand this money chasing thing that people do on the internet today for money. I don't get it. Like that you'll put your own kid out there. You would extort your own child just to get money. Don't care that it's gonna hurt him years down the line. You don't care because it's all about what you need to get for yourself right now. And it's sad. And every female that's dying to be around him, Nevaeh, I don't feel a bit sorry for Nevaeh. I feel like Nevaeh is playing into the play right now But Nevaeh deserve every disrespect she get because Nevaeh right now is Krishan 2.0. The same way he speak to Krishan, how we watched him call Krishan all type of dumb bitches and all of these names that he called her, we watch him on live do it to Nevaeh. We watch him jump in Nevaeh's face with his
Hmm.
fist balled up. If Blueface wasn't on camera and Blueface wasn't on probation, he would have hit Nevaeh a million times already behind closed doors. And when I say closed doors, I mean with them
I told
cameras
you
off.
earlier on live. I told you earlier on live. I think he did. After those cameras turned off, I absolutely think that
You
he
know
put his
what?
hands on that girl.
You want to know what? The only reason why I say I don't think so because I feel like Nevaeh gonna be the one to lock him up, and he's on probation. So I feel like he was reckless with Krishan, and Krishan didn't lock him up. But honey, if I was Krishan that day, the same day that you came home, it would have been welcome home and goodbye. He would have been clink clink
Hmm.
right back. Them silver bracelets, that would have been a gift he got. And he would have been right on behind bars where he came from. Because clearly that's where he wanted to go back to. Because there's no way you just came home and you stomping her out like that. But he knew Krishan wasn't gonna lock him up. Instead, she ran for her life. She got on that plane and took off. But I would have locked him up. I would have locked him up. Nevaeh, I feel like Nevaeh will lock him up. I could be wrong, but I feel like she will. I feel like she will. And right now, while he's on probation, he's gonna move easy with her. Because remember, he also told her when she popped up at the house that first time, he was like, "You lucky I'm on probation because I normally put hands on bitches when they pop up at my house." So probation is saving her from those beatings because she got a smart mouth. You see how when he's like, "Oh, y'all criticize me for not beating a 3-year-old, but got something to say when I do it to a 26-year-old when she do the same thing." Now the 26-year-old is a grown ass woman, and we know that's Krishan. Krishan Nevaeh mouth ain't no different from Krishan's. But I just feel like with Nevaeh, he's waiting until he get off of probation because Nevaeh locked. If that's his kid for real, Nevaeh is locked in with him now because they got a kid together, right? She's there. Unless she get on a flight and take off like Krishan, she's there. So you know what that means? Oh, those beatings is gonna come. They're gonna come.
Yeah, but see, she
Blueface
might
is,
mess around and get herself in. She might mess around
huh?
and get herself in trouble because I was told. I said she might mess around and get herself in trouble because I was told she's not even supposed to be in LA because she on probation herself. So
Well, I
if
don't.
he out there putting his hands on her, wouldn't that be a violation for her or whatnot too?
Well,
If
I
she
don't
was to
know
call the
because
police on him?
I look at like they all over the internet. If she got a parole officer, her parole officer knows she in Cali. She definitely all over the internet. I know she don't got a parole officer that just never sees the internet.
I don't know, cause ain't she always ducking back to go back and forth to Indiana?
She be back and forth, but she still be online. I mean, how much is you hiding? You online when you in Cali. Everybody know that that Blue lives in Cali. So if you in his house, that means your parole officer, right, will know you in Cali. You ain't hiding from
Yeah.
the camera. You sitting in the camera with him. So
I wonder what
I
is
don't know. I
she
don't.
telling her. I wonder what she officer.
I don't know. Maybe she telling her that she doing it for work. Blueface keep paying her, right? Maybe she telling them she work for Blueface. She's working on the internet with him, and he pay
Yeah,
her.
I
He
could
giving
see
her
that.
all this money. You never know.
Yeah, I could see that.
What you said, y'all miss. He hit her already. She said it on stream. Do y'all pay attention to the chat? Future, no. I don't be watching the stream. I'll be honest with you. Like when I see this stuff, so Nevaeh's live yesterday. That was her first time on Twitch. So I did watch that yesterday. I watched it myself, and then I watched it with when Bango was live today. I watched it with him. But when it come to Blueface live and she's up there, I'll be very honest with you. I get the clips a lot through the internet. I can't sit through a Blueface stream at all. Like I really can't. So if the clip didn't go up, then I would have missed it. So I definitely not reading the chat because I ain't in the chat to read it. So you're gonna beat she said you're gonna beat on him again on his stream. Look at it. He already hit her. She said it when she broke into his house. I don't know. I don't even know which stream is that. I told you because I don't be watching the streams. I really don't be watching the streams. When you hear me speak on the stuff, I'm speaking on the clips that I see keep circulating the internet. Once in a while, you might catch me on Banger Live when Blue is live, but I don't be paying attention, Future. I'm not saying I'm saying she has a nasty attitude. Like she talks back to him. She don't. Nevaeh and Krishan both talk back to Blue. They not a Jaden. Jaden pop her little stuff on stream, but she Jaden ain't giving it to him like Nevaeh and Krishan do. You could tell Nevaeh's in the street. You see, you see, old boy says she a scammer. She going in the bank busting checks and stuff like that. Nevaeh is a street girl. She was what just doing time, had to pay off for her being locked up for the weed and stuff like that, allegedly. However, they Krishan and Nevaeh are different from Jaden. Jaden is the soft one. Jaden is the soft one. I believe that Nevaeh is gonna pop her mess right back to him. I believe she gonna try to fight him back. I don't think she gonna beat him up the way the way Krishan was getting busy with him. I don't believe that, but I do believe that she not gonna take his mess, and I believe that she will be the one to get him locked up. Now I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. You know, we all could have a difference of opinion. We could see her different. You know, five of us, 10 of us could see her in a different light. You know, it's okay for all of us to have different outlooks on it, and I welcome all of the outlooks. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear how other people view the situation. So that's just my way. Blue is paying Nevaeh for using her fingers on him.
Huh?
Y'all,
What?
goddess, goddess said that Blue paying Nevaeh for you. Remember, Nevaeh said she used to put her fingers in his. You know, Jaden will
Just
never
bumping.
stand. She going to always accept his shenanigans. Absolutely. Hey, oh, hey Latrice, I ain't see you in there. Smokey, yeah. So, did y'all see the video with Nevaeh laying in the bed with him, and she had her hand in the cover, and then she took her hand and put it by her nose to scratch her nose, and Blue had to question her. He had to question her. Did she just take her hand and smell it? Yo, let me tell y'all why he really had to ask her if she had to smell her hand on live, because he know that cootie cat be funky. Told you all of them walking around with allegedly BV. because everybody got juices going in them from different females off of him. Everybody cootie cat stinking. He know it's stinking. And she had to smell it. She had to act like she was scratching that nose to smell it. She know it was funky. And he asked because he was smelling it. He knew it was funky too.
She looked like she was playing with herself. She was
Hmm.
all I was like, ew. But she's one filthy looking chick.
But he
I,
filthy looking too.
I know. I was just getting ready to say, and they both perfect for each other.
He filthy looking too. Like I don't care. Nothing about Blue just looks clean to me. Nothing. Like he just always looked like he stank through the camera, through the screen. Like I tell y'all this all the time.
He
Latrice, I
confirmed
say that
that.
all the time. They all that's why I say they all got BB because he is the one going to throw all of their pH balance off. And then she getting her own pH balance thrown off because she getting different penis going up, you know, days apart, weeks apart. Like when you finish with one, you go to the next and to the next and to the next and to the next. So she ain't helping her pH balance neither.
Look, she probably the one that's contributing to their pH. I was getting told off.
Hmm. But here's the thing, right? If you was gonna do you or you was doing you, this is how I feel she could have got around the whole pregnancy situation with Blue. It's like, yo, I'm pregnant. I was with somebody, a couple of weeks or a week, couple of days, whatever it was before you came home. I got with you. I didn't know I was gonna stay around this long, but I'm pregnant and I don't know who the daddy is. It could be you, and it could be two other people because you slept with each and every one of them around the same darn time. And only thing he could say is,
Okay.
if you keeping it, I want a DNA test. And it was up to her to say she keeping it or not, but she got to give a DNA test to all three men. Gotta get it, but you gotta be honest. You can't be sitting here knowing you just slept with someone days before you slept with him, a week before you slept with him, and swearing up and down he the father. You can't do that. You don't know that. You don't know that. Because I don't care. You so what you say, oh, I had my menstrual. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Your menstrual still could have came and you was pregnant. It still could have came. And you want to show this little place that you went to that wasn't even a doctor. You ain't even go to the doctor. The doctor ain't even put her hand up in you to count how far along you was. You went straight to a sonogram place. You ain't even deal with your doctor. Now I know a sonogram could definitely tell you how far you is. They can. They can, because that's how they had to tell me how far I was. They definitely had to use a sonogram on me because the doctor couldn't tell. So I mean, it is different situations for different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she should have just been honest because whether she talking about why they didn't come out when I first got with Blue, they didn't have to. They came out when this pregnancy stuff started happening and you started changing dates of the pregnancy because every time you turn around, you got a different date. So now they looking like, wait, hold up. I was with you on this day. Now the other one, I was with you on this day. Wait, hold up. That's possibly my baby. But what I like about the light skinned dude is that he said, I don't want no baby with her. I don't want to be with her. He don't want to be with her. But the fact of the matter is, he still got the right to know if that's his kid because he could find out years later that that's his kid. And because he a stand up guy, You took years away from him from being a father with his child and had somebody else raising his child. That's not fair to him. That's not fair to him. Especially when you have men that want to be a part of their kid's life, don't care about the mother, but I want to be there for my kid. You don't have a lot of men like that.
And Blue a
You
crack
have a lot,
daddy.
yeah. And Blue would use this pregnancy for a whole storyline to get himself some money. He don't care. He don't care that that baby ain't his. If it ain't his, he gonna wait until she had that baby, use her to throw her out, or try to pretend like he's still with her and he taking care of the baby. Whatever it is to get her money. Look how he got the little boy be sitting on his lap between his legs. She got him. First of all, what I look at her discuss with disgust is that little boy's dad is in his life. That little boy's dad is present in his life. And when she first came around Blue, she used to act like the father was a deadbeat. Like this dude was not a part of that baby's life. And that man is very active in his child's life. And you up there got this little boy calling Blueface daddy. I don't even know how the father even allowing that. My son could never call another woman that his father is with mom.
Oh,
Now,
baby, I clicked and clowned on mine.
if if that's the stepmom, now here's a it could go if he gets married and that's a stepmom and she treat my son. Now my son is a grown ass man now, but as a kid, if she, he get married and she treat my son just like that's her child, and she love on my son the way I love my son, and he call her mom, I'm cool with it because he ain't calling her mom in a disrespectful manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Blueface and Nevaeh just got together. This little kid, this little boy sitting between his legs all over him and he calling him daddy. No, absolutely not. Sitting between his legs, first of all, is a no-no. That's red flag number one. And number two, calling him daddy and you ain't even been with this dude a whole year. You 5 years you've been sleeping with him off and on, off and on. He was never your man. He still ain't your man. So y'all not serious. Y'all just making a baby together. So to even have this kid calling him dad is crazy to me. So I
But
don't
look,
even know how the father allow that.
but wait a minute, he didn't say anything when Blue sat there laughing and meeting that he was sleeping with her with no protection while she was carrying the little boy. So if he ain't say nothing or respond to that, he don't care about his son sitting in between Blueface legs,
Nope, he don't
which
care.
makes me question him as a dad.
hmm Well, I guess he ain't questioned him. He ain't questioned that part with her with Blueface because he knew that she was at Carissa word at 304 when he got with her. Because from I think what she said today, like they wasn't even an item. He was messing with other females when she got with him. Didn't she say she got with him? Like she just met up with him like one time and then they had sex or whatever the case is. Like they wasn't even in a real relationship. So he knew what he got himself into when he got with her. They wasn't a real item neither. So she
Yeah, but
just a Biddy Bop for everybody.
as a dad, with him still being a dad of that little boy, I still would feel some type of way. Cause what if Blue would have gave him would have gave her a STD
ST.
that could have affected their baby.
Yep.
So as a man, he should have went to Blue as a man, like, hey man, like, what's up with all of that? Especially considering that to Blue
Babies
it
that
was a joke
she
to him.
shapes
If
with the
he do
different because he said it's too many more. Wait, what? Baby dad said she sent him all her sex tapes with the different ninjas because he said is many more to come. You saying Nevaeh sent her baby father all her sex tape with different guys. That's crazy. Nevaeh is nasty as for doing that. She definitely is. But hell, we heard that Carissa did the same thing, right? He said he just waiting for the rest of them to come out. But we knew that Nevaeh was this bitty bop. You understand? She came around acting like she was better than the program. She was the girl on top, and Blue was trying to act like he had this better girl and blah blah blah, and he making her look bad. I mean, she making him look bad. And she the one being embarrassed for money. She's the one being embarrassed. Because you don't look like you are a whole 304 out here in these streets. And I guess she thought that was never going to come out. It's just like the females with the dudes. The girls start coming out. They start coming out and telling they side. They was with this person. Yeah, Thelma. Definitely talking about her like, Nevaeh is this better person. But I'm let y'all hear this. Hold on. Well, they wasn't a real item neither. So she just a big mom.
Here's my thing with Nevaeh and the money shit. It's a good comment because I feel a type of way sometimes too. Like, like, females could like. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all could be groomed, all right. Females, y'all could be groomed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a nigga has a better chance of changing a female's like ways and shit. Much more than a female can change a male in his ways. I'm saying it again. A male can change a female in her ways and how she thinks much better than a female can change a male in how he thinks. So, as far as the money shit, like, sometimes Nevaeh does come off like that, but I just check her, And, like, the more I check her, the more she'll be groomed into, like, okay, I shouldn't do it like this. I should do it like that. I'm training baby right now. Right now, I'm in the bed. I'm grooming her right now. So right now, yeah, she has moments where she like too money inclined, but that's just her introduction to the lifestyle. That's her introduction to the lifestyle. So as this shit becomes more and more normal to her, the less she'll be like how she is as far as the money situation goes. I'm gonna look out for her regardless, but it doesn't have to be like a thing.
So y'all heard that? So he grooming her. He grooming her. So that's why he giving her the money. He grooming her. He also groomed Krishan.
Everybody. Yeah, but as a dad, with him still being.
He also groomed Krishan. Y'all remember that? So this is what Blue do. He manipulates these girls and groom them to what he want them to be. Angel. Yeah, I dropped the link. Come up. I think Petty probably took a little nap. She got to go to work tonight. Angel, I don't know what happened to Angel,
I'm here. I'm
but yeah.
listening.
Oh, I thought you took a little nap. But yeah, y'all come on up. Facts, and but God had different plans for Krishan. Yeah, he sound like some kind of talking about grooming people. Yeah, because that's what he do. That's what he do. That's why I said when he was with Krishan, he treated Krishan as if he was her pimp without her selling her body. You know what I'm saying? Like he sent her out there. He used her. He sent her out there to make the money, and all the money she made, she came back and gave it to him. She just wasn't physically selling her body. What he was doing was beating on her body. He would beat her up, then record her. When you get the excuse my noise in the background, y'all. When he would beat her up and then put the camera on her once, you know, she go to flipping back out on him, tearing up the house, and he get her drunk so she could be irate and stuff because y'all know how she was when she was drinking. So he'll start giving it to her in the morning. He trained her to be how he wanted her to be. He's the reason the world turned their back on that girl. They ain't turned their back on her because they didn't just like her. He did that to her. He groomed her to be who he wanted her to be until she smartened up. And I'll say this all the time. Her going to jail was the best thing that ever happened to her. What, she was locked up for 3 months, y'all? Them 3 months was the best thing that ever happened to her. Cause imagine, had she never went to jail, she would be right back over there in Cali, right there. Nevaeh we wouldn't have never even known who Nevaeh was. Krishan would have been over there, and we would have been watching Krishan on this internet crash out, wild out, probably beat Carissa up again because you see he don't talk to Carissa. So he'll have her fighting Carissa. He will have her drinking. He will have her being the old Krishan. And then guess what? He would have got all of that because while he was locked up, his mother helped create a longer hate train. So now the hate would have been like, see, this is why we don't like her. Because look how she act. Da, 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 da. That's what they wanted. Carissa was supposed to keep Blueface name alive. She was supposed to keep this nasty image of Krishan going. So that way when Blueface came home, why you think Blueface beat on her the first day or the second day he was there? Because he needed Krishan to snap back into that Krishan that he was. So that train that they was running while Carissa was running that hate train, he could get to flip out on her. Nobody knew he flipped out on her, and we just see her crash out. That's how it was supposed to go. But Krishan said, "Nah, I'm over that. You ain't gonna do that to me no more." And Krishan went on, and she took her life all the way to God. She ain't just turned to God, she been praying to God. But she just got a stronger relationship than what she ever had with him, with God. And her turning her life to God is the best thing that could ever happen to her. And that's why I say the best thing that ever happened to her was her going to jail. Because that's what made her change her life. That's what made her change her life. Because had she not went to jail, we would still see Krishan right now over there with Blue, and Blue would be getting everything he want out of that girl. She would be looking like the bad person. We wouldn't know who Nevaeh is. She wouldn't even be a thought of coming across our screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the other girl when he first got locked up? The girl that's on the girl that's on Now That's TV right now. I forget her name. Remember when he first got locked up? She was all over the internet talking about she pregnant by Blue and she gonna have his baby and blah 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 blah. I thought she was gonna be Nevaeh. I thought she was gonna be the one. It's because she was the one making all the noise when he got locked up. But I guess he said I ain't messing with her. Bonnie, right? Bonnie. But he did see her in Blue Girls Club, not Blue Girls Club. Sorry. Now That's TV. He was on the episode with her when he was trying to make all the girls fight, and they ain't want. They was like, "Who is Blue? We ain't fighting." But Bonnie had to be the one that and got her butt whooped, trying to be tough because Blue was there and got her butt whooped. Yeah, yeah. Smokey, she on Now That's TV now. She on she's on then I forgot. It's two shows out right now. I forget which one she on. But she on there. She on Now That's TV currently. This her first season on there. Yeah, but Bonnie was the one making the noise though when he first got locked up. So I thought Bonnie was gonna come home and try to be around Blue. Like I honestly thought that Nevaeh was gonna be Bonnie. Like Bonnie was the one that was gonna be there. Yeah, so I don't know, but I'm glad Krishan got the heck up on out of there and said later for you. Later for you. As to where people think that she don't care about her son. Why you think she left? Because she had to do better for her and her son. You got a kid now and you beating on the mother of your child in front of your kid. She's looking at, damn, I went through this before, but I ain't have a baby. Now I have a kid. My kid can't watch me get beat on. Although she used to fight him back. And then we got to remember, he was beating on her while she was pregnant as well. While she was pregnant. So, yeah, she had to get up there and leave. Because let me tell you something. Had Krishan not left, who's to say that Blueface want to put her 6 feet under, God forbid? He's a man. She's a woman. A man could hit her real hard, one blow, and that could be the end of her life right there. Yeah, she could fight. Yeah, she could fight, but she's still not stronger than a man, right? And then you had to look at he had more weight on him when she was beating him up, he was small. Blueface came home 2 times that size. He came home two times size the weight that he was when she was fighting him back. So imagine now you trying to fight this man back with all this weight, or as big as he was. She can't move him. She definitely would have had to pick something up and crack him overside his head with it. That Heineken bottle, he would have got a replay of that. But this time, she definitely would have had to. So no, she needed to get going. And the sad part is you got a bunch of men that's in that house. You think his father wasn't there when he stomped her out? Hell, DDG probably was around when he stomped her out. The cameraman was probably there when he stomped her out. It be men right there when he beating on her. And don't nobody say nothing. Everybody just watch. And I understand yo, I ain't getting into it because you get in it. And then they right back together. They right back in the bed with each other. They ain't never go, and I understand that too.
Do you think that's why DDG don't come around no more? Because after that, he has not really been around Blueface like that.
Um, I won't say that because he was around him again. He was around him after that happened because DDG is not on Krishan's side because he is friends with him. But I would say I don't think DDG he will never come to the front and say it because he's friends with Blueface. But I don't think DDG liked the fact that he denying his kid and the stuff that he say about his kid because see DDG is a real father and DDG have to fight his baby mama who's known to the world for visitation rights and all of that stuff when he was really a father to his kid. And yeah, he used his son, put his son on the internet, but he used his son in a good way. You know what I'm saying? He didn't exploit his son and talk bad on his son. He put his little son on camera and the world wanted to see his son and he would play the little veggie song and show us him dancing and him walking and like he was the cutest little thing. That's what he showed us. So he was a father. So a father seeing as a friend, I would think a real man would tell another man like, yo, you dead wrong what you doing to your child. Your child is innocent. You shouldn't be doing none of that. But at the same token, you see how Blueface kept getting banned. Bl- DDG tried to help him get money. DDG ain't gonna allow Blueface to take his money from him. You get what I'm saying? He not gonna allow Blueface to make him get banned because you don't know how to do nothing but have women and do crazy things with women. So DDG, I don't think has ever been banned since he been on Twitch. I don't remember him ever getting banned since I've been watching him. So DDG is not gonna allow Blueface to mess his money up. But they still friends. I just think on stream he got to do his own thing and let Blue do his own thing. And then again, DDG probably not telling Blueface anything. Sometimes people just say, "Let me mind my business," because Blueface is an individual that you can't tell nothing to. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those that this is how he make his money. So you ain't gonna tell me that I'm like hell. I didn't watch Jason Lee's interview, but I saw the little clips. I saw the little clips, and the only part I did, there's a piece I did watch. I did not watch the whole interview, but there was a piece because I wanted to see what he said about Krishan, and Jason Lee jumped right into it. Jumped right here, didn't waste no time. 5 minutes into the interview, he started speaking on Krishan. And after I seen, and I don't even think I watched the whole thing of everything Blueface said about Krishan. I just stopped watching it because I couldn't deal with it no more. I stopped and I was walking into the building for work. And I just never went back to watch it. And I'm never going back to finish watching it. It is what it is. But there was a part that I saw that Blueface said the reason why he never said that wasn't his baby and he stood with saying, claiming that was his kid is because it was good money. It was a good storyline. So again, Blueface is gonna keep using this is not his kid now, to keep his storyline going, to keep the money going. He want a reaction from Krishan that he's never gonna get. And I'm glad she's not entertaining. I know a lot of people want her to come out and speak, and I know a lot of people want her to say this and show this and do this. No, I'm glad she's not Because if you come and go live, like, okay, when he first said that wasn't his kid, like a month, 2 months ago, she reacted, right? She put a video out, or she went live, I think, and she spoke about it. She put a post up. I forgot how it went. She put a post up in her stories and addressed there, whatever. She don't got to keep addressing it. What she said one time. He go on every interview to say that that's not his baby. She don't need to say nothing behind every interview. You know who looks crazy? Him. Because he can't go on an interview without mentioning her. But she could go on an interview without mentioning him. See the difference? That interview can't pop unless they bring up her. Like, he got 50 million people saying that he the baby daddy. He about to have their baby. He got all this stuff going on in his life. He got a tour that he was starting. All of this stuff. But yet, Krishan had to come up. Who's in the chat? No mods is in the chat. Who's the troll? What's the name? Miss T, what's the name? Top tier? Junior don't look like Blueface. Okay. He don't gotta look like Blueface. He don't want Krishan. Okay. All right, bye, top tier. I be trying to give y'all people a chance, you know, but you was just going on and on and on and on. So it's like, all right, you gotta go. All right, he's out of here. So there's no mods in here. I don't have no mods today.
I just went down there.
I banned them.
Okay. But I'm in the chat as well up here, so
Yeah. Yeah. So well, I'm saying, yeah, like Blueface, he can't he need that money train. Like, so that's what he said. Like, oh, it was a storyline. Da da da. But Krishan, whole life for him is a storyline. Krishan won't mess with him for 5 years from now. And bet your ass we still gonna see him talking about Krishan. He can't if I'm not messing with somebody and I go on an interview, I know the interviewer is gonna bring that person name up. The first thing I'm gonna tell them before we start this interview is, listen here, I'm not talking about such and such. If you bring such, hold on one second. Angel, talk to them. I gotta get my door.
alright. What up, chat? Let's see. I'm gonna read some of y'all comments and then let's see. Petty. Mm,
What up? I'm here.
All right, I'm back.
alright.
I had to I was waiting for my Amazon package. I'm glad I came to the front because he ain't even ring my bell. Yeah, so you know, I would say the first thing I would say is, listen, this interview is about me. Do not bring such and such up. If you bring such and such up, then the interview is over. But he don't do that because he wants them to talk about Krishan. And for the way it
Mm-hmm.
seemed, he probably whack 100 probably be like telling them, listen, I want y'all to say this and say this about Krishan, all right, y'all? Because we need these numbers to go up. Say this about Krishan. Like, you're a whole loser. This girl went on Danza. Danza ain't bring you up not one time. She had a great interview with Danza. Great, great. Not even a, it wasn't even an interview. I don't call that. That wasn't an interview. He went live, had her join his live on YouTube. They had the best conversation. And y'all, did y'all pay attention to that live? I thought it was cute because did y'all notice Krishan flirting with Danza? Now Danza is way older than Krishan, but Krishan was flirting with him. Did y'all see that? Did y'all peep
No,
that?
but she
How
might
she
need
was?
her a nice. But look, she might need her a nice older, more
Yeah,
distinguished,
but
good
she don't
looking.
need Danza.
You know what
She
I'm
don't need Danza.
saying? Huh?
She don't need Danza because Danza can't settle down either. So she don't need
He
nobody that
can't.
can't settle. No, he said he ain't ready for all that. Like he was. So when I first started watching Danza, I was watching Danza, y'all, way before I came into the Krishan sector. Now I wasn't in the Krishan sector, but I was watching Krishan. But I wasn't in it how deep I got into it now, right? I was real deep. I was real deep in the Tory Lanez case when that happened. And that I think that was the first time I started following Danza. I believe it was Tory Lanez. I believe it was Tory Lanez. But yeah, because he had interviewed y'all know I hate when I get brain froze. Uh Megan's best friend, the one that she fought. I forgot her name.
Oh, you talking
Uh,
about Kelsey?
Kelsey, when he interviewed Kelsey, that's when I started following him. So I was watching him for a while. I've been following him for a while. It didn't just happen with Krishan. I know a lot of people in the Krishan sector um like just got put on to him from when he did the very first interview with her. But I've been following him, or whatever the case is. But he when I first started watching him, he had two kids, and he was with the girl. Then next thing you know, him and her, he was like they ain't together. He moved on, like he was with somebody new, like a next month or so. And next thing you know, he was having another baby. You heard him tell her the other day he just had another baby. Like the baby is small, some months old or something. So he said it. He not ready yet to settle down. So yeah, Krishan needs a nice gentleman, maybe a guy, and it was cute because he was willing to fast with her. That's why I like Danza when he do speak to Krishan, because y'all know I say Krishan is ADHD, right? Krishan be everywhere. Krishan he'll ask Krishana a question and Krishana forget what he asked her and talk about something else, right? But Danza has
Hmm.
patience with Krishan. He just let her talk. He let her talk, like, and he really see the Krishan that the world don't see. Like he got to speak to her behind closed doors. He got to know her for herself. He got to build a relationship, so he
Hmm.
more or less is friends with her. Like it ain't no lovers thing with her. Like he told her, he said, I could be your father. And when she said how old you is, and he was like 40. Well, not well, in the sense he half her age, right? So it
Uh-huh.
was it was cute. It was cute, but she still was, doing her little flirty, real cute. And she was doing it, she was flirting in a classy way. I thought it was so funny. But cause you don't see Krishan flirting with people. Not like that. And to see her flirting with him, she was like, you handsome. So I was like, wait, hold up, Krishan. And I was falling asleep when it was on. But then I hear her saying her little I hear her saying her little stuff to him. I had to call Petty, like, Petty, you watching Denzel? She ain't even know they was live. I said, girl, go watch the live. I said, Krishan over there flirting with him. I was like, she flirting with him. It was cute though. I thought it was cute.
But you
It
know
was
what? Rap blew. Wack blew up his spot though. Cause he was dating somebody. He was with the mother of his kids. I think they were married or something to that nature. And then Wack leaked that he was possibly dating somebody else, or he went out on a date or something with another chick or whatever, and tagged him and his wife or something to that nature in it. And this was when Denzel first interviewed Krishan,
And
and Wack called himself
Denzel said
being
Black
mad
tried
about
to
it.
say it was just a play. He was doing it as a play. You're not doing. You trying to break somebody's home up. You're not doing nothing as a
Yeah.
play. Wack try to say everything is a play.
Hmm.
He try to say everything is a play. Okay, but yeah, he's a cornball for that. He was only doing that because he was only doing that because he had interviewed Krishan. That was why. Because he had said right after he interviewed Krishan, that very first interview, Wack called him. He called him right after he interviewed her. Now my thing is, y'all don't like her so much, but y'all the first ones. That's why I say her haters, the ones that get on this internet and badmouth her and talk all this nasty stuff about her, are the first ones to tune in to anything she got going on. So that's why I say they the biggest fans. They not even haters. They the biggest fans. But what y'all think about Nevaeh? Where y'all see Nevaeh at after she had his baby? How long do you think she gonna be around? How long y'all think Nevaeh gonna be around?
As long as Blueface put up with her, that's how long she gonna be around. Now, when he get ready to discard her for real, oh baby, that little crash out that she had when those two little girls was in his bathroom getting dressed, oh, it's gonna be worse than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think about the dude, the light skinned dude that's saying that is a possibility is his baby, with him coming online, jeopardizing his own self and Nevaeh? Because if Nevaeh is still on probation and you talking about Nevaeh was going in the bank for you, busting checks, you jeopardizing you and her. Nevaeh could go to jail, and so can you.
Well, he might not get that much time, but she definitely gonna get some time.
Yeah, but he'll get the time too because for her to get that check, he busting it. He did the play. He probably made the check.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He probably will get some time, but he ain't gonna get as much time as her. She gonna get the bulk of that because she was dumb enough to go in there and do it.
Hmm.
You give me a check and tell me to go in there and cash it, I'm gonna look at you like you crazy and be like, "Why
Right.
you can't do it?"
Ain't nobody taking my freedom away, child.
Exactly. I remember one day, I had a friend. She ended up catching some time or whatever for this dude who she was dating, and he was playing all. You know what I'm saying? He was souping her head up like, yeah, if you get caught or something to that nature. She was running rugs for him, right? Or like when they'll go out, she'll have it on her instead of him having it on him because he was on that 1, 2, 3 strike, you out type thing. And I think he was already like maybe on his second strike.
Mm.
And she never been in trouble or whatnot with the law and stuff like that. And so she would be like basically the one carrying it on her So like anytime he get pulled over or some, and they try to search him, he'll come up clean and everything. So it just so happened somehow, some way they end up, and then they checked her. The detective or whatever knew that the stuff wasn't hers, but she kept, admitting, yeah, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. She kept taking the claim. And it was like, why is you doing this? Because he would not do this for you. And so she still was standing on strong because she thought that he was going to look out for her and everything. And she got locked up, caught some time. I don't even think that man stood around for 6 weeks or whatever before he like straight disappeared and stuff. And she was all heartbroken and torn, and so she ended up getting on probation or something, and just had to, do the rest of her term or whatever like that. But she straight caught federal time. Had to give up her nursing license and everything because she had just got pinned to be a nurse and everything. I don't
Well,
even think that she was a nurse a good 3 months before all of that happened, and yep, messed up her whole little life.
well,
Right now,
Nevaeh gonna mess up her little life, and Blueface, she gonna mess Blueface life up because isn't Nevaeh? I mean, Blueface is on probation. He not supposed to be around a felon, right? Because isn't Nevaeh considered? What's her charges? Make her a felon? Because his mama keeps saying that. So now you got this man up here putting it out there on the internet that you out here busting checks. You walking in the bank busting checks.
yeah, but see, Nevaeh thinks she a little hood chick. If you listen to how she talk and everything, Nevaeh thinks she a little hood chick from Indiana. She all like, you see how she was call herself threatening Jay through that song or whatever, talking about some, if I shoot or something she said or whatever. She said don't tell or something to that nature. But yeah, Nevaeh thinks she a hood chick. She thinks she schoolyard too.
Uh-huh. She Blueface gonna get what he asking for with this girl. He definitely gonna get what he asking for.
That's good. That's serves them right. I hope both of them get exactly what they ordered.
But here's my thing, right? They both Blueface wanna do everything for clout and money. So here's how his numbers will blow up. His numbers will blow up real good by doing a DNA test with all the men, including himself, all at the same time. Everybody do a DNA test one time. You want your numbers to shoot up? You want that money? Oh, that'll make your numbers go up. That'll make your money go because everybody gonna tune in to watch you do that DNA test. And then when the letters come back, everybody go back live again and open up everybody letters at the same time. There you go. What y'all think? You said Dre at risk too, but I don't know. I don't know. Is Dre staying at? We assuming he's staying at his brother house. I don't know. But if anything, Blue would be at risk with Dre being at his house because remember, Dre is out on bail.
Yep, he a felon too.
So he's out on bail. So he got all the felons around him.
Well, it's so lucky that I can't get in her check because I sure bring that up. Like, your son involved,
Wait,
both of
but
your
hold up.
sons
And
involved.
Debo, what's his friend name? Debo or something like that. Remember
You talking
he used
about
to.
both?
No, not Bodine. The other dude. Remember the one that pressed Jaden at first when she
Oh,
was like
D-Lo. D-Lo.
him, D'Lo, him. He a felon too. He
Yep, he
had a
sure is.
he just recently. He remember he had a I don't know if he got it off, but just recently he had an ankle bracelet on. Remember people was threatening to call his parole officer.
Yeah,
When
he
he
was
put
laughing
green
at them
light
talking
on
about
Krishan,
something.
when he
Yeah, I
put that
remember
green
that.
light on Krishan, people was threatening to call his parole officer and stuff like that. That's another felon. He be around Blue because when Blue had that fight, the Aiden Ross fight, he was in Miami with him. So he probably on his tour bus with him right now. Another felon. Like, please, if I was Krishan, man, stop playing with me. I ain't even gotta respond. I ain't gotta get online. All I gotta do is call your parole officer. That's it. That's it. And you will be locked back up. You want to play. You want to say, keep saying this is not your kid. You want to, like, at the end of the day, when people online, like, oh, I told y'all that's not his kid. Da, da, da. Does it really matter? At this point, 2 years later, going on 3, does it matter if Blueface is the father or not? Absolutely not. Because he has not done, Hopam, he has not done one thing for that child since he's been born. What you said, I'm winding off topic. Has anyone ever seen 49 stops when waiting on an Amazon package? No, it always say non-stops on mine. I literally just got a package, and every time my package say out for delivery, it starts with non-stops. Yours say 49 stops, child. That means it's coming from another state, honey. Yeah, I never seen that. But Blue already hit Nevaeh. She said it on his stream the day she popped up to his house. Everybody missed it. Yeah, we all missed it, Future. We all missed that. Yeah, but what I was saying. Yeah, I was just saying that I would have, you know, at this point, he ain't even a daddy. So it don't matter if Blue turned out, if Blueface really wasn't the father at all. It wasn't like, let's just say if what he said is true. Say he was doing it for a storyline and, you know, he was just trying to make money off of it. You would think if you was gonna make money off of it and you was gonna pretend to be the father, you would be doing for the child, right? Because that's what make it look good. That's what make it that's what make it look like you really the father as your storyline. You a good dad, you buying the baby stuff, you doing little activities with him. You ain't do not one thing with him. So who cares? Your storyline failed, if that's what you want to say. Your storyline failed as a father. Krishan is the mother and the father. She's the mama and the papa. Okay, she's the one. Hell, the chat is the supporters is the poppy, cause the supporters take care of the kid. You don't. So at this point, or because there's a bunch of females that's, I don't know. It could be men sending gifts to her too, but for the most part, the whole chat, female or not, is the father. They all the father because they the ones. All her supporters is the ones who take care of her baby. So do anybody care if Blue really wasn't the father? No, I know I don't. I know I don't. But I know he the father. You know why? Because he won't put proof up there that he's not. If he was really not the father, he would have put real proof that he wasn't the father. And the reason why he not gonna put a fake DNA test up there, because he know people going really look it up, and you know how people do their homework and all that, and they gonna know that it's fake, and they gonna blast him. So the only thing he doing is using his mouth by saying he not the father, and let the haters run with that. That's it. But a person with a brain is gonna be like, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Even old boy, what's the guy, Skinny Bones, blew him up. Like, man, get out of here. That ain't no damn DNA test. He said that's a whole receipt. Now somebody else who would have been cool with him would have rocked with it and played along and made it seem like he really showed them a DNA test. But Skinny Bones wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that. He said, I ain't gonna sit here while you talk about Krishan. I like Krishan. She cool. And look how Skinny Bones girl tried to come out and get some clout. Look how fast that came and left. She tried to make it seem like him and her was sleeping with each other and all this other nonsense. Look how fast that died down. That clout that she was aiming for ain't even last. It ain't go nowhere. Because ain't nobody believe it and didn't nobody care what she had to say. Yeah. We know that's what he doing, goddess. We know. But he ain't hurting nobody but himself. He ain't hurting nobody but himself. Krishan is doing good for herself. And you know what? They wanted to laugh because they felt like she was, losing her memento. She was going down. But you know what? That happens in life. Sometimes people be up and sometimes you fall. And sometimes you go right back up. But you see, here's the thing. I'm not a godly person, but I believe in God, right? I know that there's a God because it was many a days I almost hit rock bottom. And before I hit that ground, God picked me back up. So I know there's a God. When I wake up every morning, I thank God every day for opening my eyes to see another day, me and my son. I believe in God. I believe in God. But see, he messing with somebody who is really, really into church and really, really into their Bible. You mess with a baby. First of all, a baby, an innocent baby. Those are God's angels. These little born babies coming into these world, little toddlers, they're God's angel. Those are innocent kids. So when you badmouth and you speak harm onto these kids, you speak negative onto these kids, you ain't gonna see good. He think right now he's seeing good, like, oh, because he on top of the world. He think he on top of the world. But he not. He don't got that shine he used to. God had to sit that ass down for 2 years, and he still ain't come out and change. Krishan sat down. God sat her down for 3 months, and she came out a whole different person. See the difference in their brains? You see the difference in their brains? Krishan wanted her life different. Krishan knew she's a mother, and she got to change for her child. And even if she wasn't a mother and didn't have a kid, I'm sure she didn't like that experience that she went through behind bars. As a man, why would you want anything different but to go back to jail? Why would you ever want to go back there? Why wouldn't you want to come out and change your life? Who likes somebody telling them they got to go to bed at this time? They got to wake up at this time. They got to use the bathroom in front of other men. Every time you leave to go to a visit and you come back, you got to bend over, cough, and squat for another man. Like, what? I look at men that go back and forth to jail all the time. Like, why are you really going back to jail? Why? What is it in jail that you running back there for? And my thing is with Blue. If Krishan would have called the cops that first day, you would have went back. So why was you trying to go back to jail, Blue? Because clearly you wanted to go back. That's how I look at it. He wanted to go back. Because if he didn't want to go back, he wouldn't have beat on her. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember, but when Krishan came out and said that he beat on her and she showed the marks and all that, I don't remember Blue debunking her. I don't remember him saying he never hit her. I could be wrong. Maybe I forgot. Maybe I forgot. But I don't remember him ever coming out saying that he never put hands on Krishan. Do it. Do anybody remember him saying, coming out saying that he never hit her? Because right, yeah, it was his mother saying that didn't happen. It was his mother, like, oh, I got video, or oh, I wish they let me put the video, but and all the junk she was saying. But Blue never came out and said he didn't do it. So clearly that mean he did. Clearly he did. He didn't even give a story on why Krishan left. And when Krishan went, because she left and went straight to the airport, crying in the airport. Right. His mother tried to say it was security, but he never said nothing. Carissa tried to blame it on security, but he never once debunked it. But if Krishan would have called the cops, Krishan had the bruises on her and she had the pictures, he would have been locked up. And as long as he's locked up, as long as he on parole, Blue needs to watch himself. You playing with her, she still could get him locked up for the assault charges, because her phone has the date of the picture, the details. It tells you the date that those pictures was taken. And if those was taken from the moment he came home, within that time, not before, is after, he could still get locked up. He could still get locked up. So he playing with Krishan. He playing with her, but another girl would have had his ass locked up. See, Krishan using God right now for everything. She think God right now is, gonna just stop everything and it's gonna be okay. Da da da. But if she wanna let the other half of her come back a little bit, let the old Krishan come out of her a little bit, Blue will be locked up. No, I know that the security didn't do that, Latrice. Them securities didn't beat on that girl like that. First of all, when we even watched Crazy in Love, the way Carissa lied and was saying that, oh, security grabbed her and they had to, we didn't even see security grabbing on her. They was just in front of her. They was in front of her. They ain't even have their hands on Krishan. Krishan couldn't get around them. Yeah, Wanda, I said that before. She lied with that too, trying to act like she didn't know she was going to the arcade when she was just in the house with all of them. So she knew they was all going. But I just gave a good idea to Blue, since he like using storylines and want money. Go get all three guys, all four. How many of them is three? Because it's two plus Blue. Everybody go on your stream, do the DNA test all at the same time. Plus her sitting there because she gotta get swabbed too. Everybody gets swabbed at the same old time. The numbers gonna shoot up, Blue. You're gonna get the money. The numbers gonna shoot up. Then come back 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, when everybody get their letter in the mail. And everybody open up their letters at the same time. And read the letters. 99999.9, you are 99999, you not. And let's see who's the real pappy.
You talking about with Stewie too?
Well, he just needs to go do a DNA test with
Nah, she need to be added in there because little Journey don't look like
that's
Blue.
what I'm talking about. She just needs to
Oh,
go do
okay.
a test with Bodine. Well, I told y'all she was on live recently. Somebody asked her a question in a live about their relationship. Somebody in the chat asked her a question about their relationship, and her response was, "Well, if your baby daddy is sleeping around with your friends, then you need to go sleep around with not one, not two, not three, but four of his friends." That's what she said. She told the person to get the baby daddy back for sleeping with their friend and sleep with four of their friends. So what do you think she did? What you think she did? Because everybody was already speculating that her and what was Krishan's manager name? What was his other friend? What's Sadie's baby daddy name? I forget.
Bravo.
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 Well, I'ma say hello, sure enough. Normally, my mods do welcome people. They normally do, but they just coming in here they self, sure enough. Cause I was up here by myself for a while. I had to get somebody out because my mods wasn't in here, so they just coming in too. So if you don't feel welcome, I apologize to you, and I welcome you. I also was putting in the chat, welcoming people, asking them to like and subscribe as well. So I hope you don't feel no type of way. I apologize to you for that. So yes, what I was saying, that remember, people was speculating that that Jaden and Bravo slept together to get back at Blue and Sadie. So that could be true too. So yeah. So I don't know, but I feel like she was telling her own secret. You know what I'm saying? Like when she said that, she was definitely telling her own secret. So yeah. Welcome everybody who came in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support is free. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I dropped the link. If you want to come up, come up. Let me hear what y'all got to say with Nevaeh and her three baby daddies. Possible three baby daddies. What y'all think? Who y'all think is the real baby daddy? Cause all the dates are so close. Like who y'all think it
That
really
dark skinned dude, because she said she want a baby that looked like Carissa.
is?
Yeah.
Child.
And he said that they done it more than once. He alluded to that they done did it multiple times. The
Mm.
other guy didn't really specify on how many times they got down and dirty.
She said the other guy, it was one time. She was like, cause that was the homie, right? She said that was the homie, that was the bro, or something. She said
Yeah, with a lion self.
she was like, it was only one time. It only take one time to get pregnant.
See, this what you gotta do. When a person tell you that they didn't knock somebody one time, you gotta do mathematics with it. So if they say one, you might have to, times that by two.
Listen, I don't know. I just don't
I
think
about
she
fired.
talk about we don't know about pregnancy. But when you saying that I only had sex with him one time, child, she want me to call my baby father. She want me to call my son father because he ain't a baby. My son 26. She want me to call my son father. I got pregnant the first time. First time. Only time. First time. Okay? It only
Hmm.
take one time. So with her saying that, it's like, okay, y'all still have sex. So because you did it one time, that means you're not the father? That he not the father? No. You had sex with him close to that time that Blueface came home. But it's just crazy that how he like, oh, my baby is a hoe, but I love my hoe or what however he said it. But Krishan, you couldn't even wait for the baby to be born for you to do a DNA test. You had her do it while the baby was still in her, knowing that there was a risk anything could have happened. But you wanted her to do it right then and there while she was still pregnant. This one here got men openly coming out. Ronnie, may he rest in peace. Ronnie ain't never come out while Krishan, nor any other man came out while Krishan was pregnant and said that they was the father. Ronnie did all that craziness after, down the line. And I believe that Carissa and got into his inbox and got him to do that. I don't think he just did that on his own. I think they did that. Because let's not forget, he spoke to Carissa. So I believe that Carissa, the same way Blue say Carissa be all up in the females that he mess with, she always in their inboxes and she always jumping in these T pages, inboxes and stuff like that. I believe that she got in his inbox too. And they gave him a little bit of change to act crazy. Now that's just my belief. It don't mean that is right. So allegedly. But you ain't hear dudes coming out the woodwork while she was pregnant. Not one came out while she was pregnant talking about that wasn't her, that's their baby. But yet and still, he had her do a DNA test while she was pregnant. But old girl over here who thought that she was on top of the world, she got dudes coming out left and right behind each other.
So I was in some comments or whatever, right? And this person talking about some Blueface and Ronnie has, both had stated that he was at the hospital and all this stuff, and he cut the umbilical cord or whatever. But y'all want to sit up and believe everything Krishan say and blah blah whatever. So I'm like, Ronnie
You
and Blue
know who
is a
put that
liar.
story? Oh, who
Blue,
put that?
Blue did
No,
that.
whack. Whack was the first
Yeah,
person to say that Ronnie was the one that Ronnie cut the umbilical cord. Ronnie was in a hospital.
that's
But I
true.
mean,
And
why
then
do we
Ronnie followed back with it or whatever. And then when he was on his live or whatever, sitting there claiming that he was at the hospital when he cut the umbilical cord and all that stuff. And then Blue turned around and he saying that Ronnie was lying. I was like, Blue and Ronnie both are liars. They're known liars. I
first off,
said, Blue, they were trying to say that Blue didn't know and all this stuff. Blue admitted that he didn't know and all this. I'm like, why y'all so quick or why y'all, it's so easy for y'all to believe everything that Blue say. He don't have to show y'all no proof. He don't have to produce no receipts. But Krishan can do the same thing. Krishan can come out tell y'all no, and she can show y'all proof, show y'all the receipts and everything, and y'all still sit here and say that she's a liar. And I'm like, First off, did you not realize? I'm like, you
Here's
don't
the thing.
realize that she went live when she had her baby?
I was just about to say, here's the
I'm
thing,
like,
because
he
live. She was live.
right, and I said that. I'm like, the only people that was in that room was Serene, her mother, Lisa, and Shine Malone. And then I'm like,
And
Lisa was the
his
one
name
that
was in
cut
the
the
room with him
umbilical
too.
cord.
No, and
Oh yeah,
her
and L was in there.
that was the only guy in there.
Who?
The outside of the Godfather, whatever he is to him, to her.
Who you talking about?
I said L
You
was the
talking about
only guy.
L?
Yeah, he was the only guy in there besides her
Yeah,
Godfather. Like she went
I
live.
know. But
She
I'm
went live.
saying, yeah, she was lying. That's what I said. I'm like, Lisa was the one that cut the umbilical cord. I said, matter of fact, it was a whole, like it was all drama that broke out behind it. Because remember, Krishn's mother was supposed to had cord, but Lisa snuck over there and did it or whatever before her mother could. Remember, China got on live, going off about it, talking about how her mother was crying and all this stuff. I'm like, so Ronnie was nowhere near
Where
there.
you
They
at?
was
Your
like,
phone breaking up.
he was the one. I don't know, girl. My ad is going crazy.
You sound like
Can
you in
you
the
hear me?
hallway. You sound like you in the hallway.
Hold on. I'm gonna drop down and then come back and see if it still do it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why anybody even listened to that story because why? Oh, shoot. We all saw it. We all watched the live. She had over 50,000 people in that darn live watching her give birth. Okay? So anybody that say anything other is because they just want to. And Blueface just regurgitate everything that Wax say. He say everything that Wax say. Blue don't come up with none of this stuff on his own. He repeats everything that Wax get on his clubhouse and say about that girl. All those lies ain't nothing he made up on his own. It's the same lies we heard from Wack. And that, excuse me, I got the hiccups. And that's where it's like, you already less than a man when you denying a child that you know is clearly yours. But you really less than a man when you get up there to allow another man to get up there and talk about your kid and say that that's not your kid and spread all these lies. And mother or no mother, my mother wouldn't be allowed to disrespect my kid. He could not talk to his mother for his mother disrespecting one of the chicks that he lay down in bed with. But he'll still talk to his mother with his mother disrespecting his kid. And why is that? Because he told her to do it. He told her to talk about the baby so it could keep his name alive while he was in jail. He wanted to make sure that when he come home, his name, he wasn't forgotten. He didn't want Krishana to blow up while he was in jail, take off, and he come out and nobody remember him and he doing bad because the goal was to make her do bad. She was supposed to leave with nothing because remember, right, y'all? What's his favorite line? She came with nothing. Yeah, Cher. Everybody, we knew because they went live too. So when he tells his story, he forget that there's people that remember that what really happened. Only the haters, the fans, the number one fans want to act like they don't remember that. He made sure he was in Miami on purpose with Jaden. He was there on purpose. He knew Krishan was gonna go into labor. He knew. And he wasn't that far away from Krishan. He could have jumped on a flight and got there real fast. Okay? But Blueface want to tell all these stories to the people that just want to make money off of it. Because they know the truth. The same way we know it, they know it, y'all. They know the truth just like we know it. They watch the video just like we watch the video. They know that Blueface was over there partying in Miami just like we know that. We know he was with Jaden just like they know that. They use the stories to make $1. But they know the truth. They know it just like we do. But hell, they just like him. They gonna make $1. The way he make $1, they gonna make $1 too. If that's spreading his lie and letting him get on a platform and tell a lie, then that's what they gonna do. And Jason Lee is messy. He's very messy. He's always been messy. But that was nasty work of him. That was nasty work of him, because he was the one that asked those questions. Then why would you bring back up Tasiki even saying any of that stuff? Ronnie's family need to sue all of them. They need to sue Tasiki. They need to sue Jason Lee. They need to sue Blueface. They need to sue Act Black 100 and anybody else who has something to say, insinuating that he's the father or putting Krishan in the middle of the situation. Now I don't know how true it is. The ex-friend, the ex-best friend of Krishan's, the two girls came out and said that two guys had got caught and they was locked up for it. I don't know, y'all. I can't speak on that because I don't dig up court documents and I don't look into all of that stuff. So somebody will have to look into that to see if that's true. To see if somebody was really, locked up on that case. Because I don't know. I can't speak on it. But if somebody really was, and that's true because her friend said it, her old friend, Krishan's old best friend that she grew up with, said it. And remember, her and Krishan don't rock with each other. They don't get along. So for her to say it, and she lives there, I'm assuming it's true. Right? I'm assuming that it's true. So if somebody was already arrested for it, why are y'all still trying to insinuate Krishan? Why are y'all just bothering this girl? Like, why are y'all bothering her? Like, everybody wanted her to leave Blueface alone. From the haters to the mother to Whack, him. Everybody wanted her to go away. She left him. She went away. So why is y'all still talking about her? Carissa can't go live without saying nothing about her. And then she blames the rock tards. First of all, there's no rock tards. Okay? Krishan Krishan people is her supporters and her supporters only. Second, the people that's in your chat bringing up Krishan name is your people. Anybody who go inside Carissa's chat and mentions Krishan's name is not a supporter. I don't care how much you say you like her. If you go on Carissa's chat and you're mentioning Krishan's name, then you're not a supporter. Because a real supporter is not going to go in Carissa's name and say anything about baby Krishan nor big Krishan. Knowing that she's going to take a whole 20, 30, 40 minutes talking negativity about her. So those are her people. Those are her people. So even if y'all in the chat, if you go over there and you watch her live, y'all don't even need to type in her live. There's no need to bring up Krishan's name for her to start talking about Krishan. There's no need. If you're going to peek in there, listen, that's it. That's it. If you want to say, oh, you lying on a topic, all right, whatever. Say what you say, but do not type Krishan or the baby Krishan at all in her chat. Don't mention Krishan at all in her chat. I don't get it. And then quit. Oh, it's the rock tards. It's the rock tards. Well, I don't know who the rock tards are. I don't know who they are. So maybe it is the rock tards. But I don't know who. I haven't came across the rock tard yet. So I don't know. But I know Krishan supporters, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. Her supporters won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a real support is going to support you all the way. People that really support you is not going to help feed into the fire of other people to get them to talk your name, knowing that any sight of your name is going to make them start going off. Because a real supporter know that if you say Krishan's name, and when she see your comment, and she responds, you think that gives you now, you can start typing and cursing her out. No, she gets to blocking you. So now you said Krishan's name and you got her started, and now you can't say nothing because she just blocked you. So now you just gave her the ammo to just keep going on about Krishan. So what was the point of you missing? What was the point of you mentioning Krishan's name? What was the point? Right? When you know she gonna block you. So therefore, you're not a supporter. Jaden is getting her karma. She's gonna see what happens to people that talks about God's children. They all gonna get their karma, Belinda. Trust me. Trust me. They all gonna get their karma. Insanity, I don't know how you say your name. Insanity TV, and that's fine. You could think that you could think that that's the baby, that he's that Ronnie is the father. That's your thoughts, you know. But I'll tell you, like I keep saying, We all watched it on TV when they drew the blood while she was pregnant, right? We saw that. We saw them when they opened up that envelope and read that he was the father. He didn't even understand what the damn paper meant. Did you see that? He's so slow. He didn't even understand what 999.9 means excluded as not being a father mean. He didn't understand that because he's slow. We saw that. Also, Blue could keep telling you 101 times that he not the father. Has he showed you proof yet? He hasn't showed proof, right? Now, if you know anything about Blue, you know that if Blue really wasn't the father, he would have posted the DNA test up there. Instead, he had Skinny Bones give him an interview and pull out an envelope with a fake receipt on there, acting like it was the DNA test, and Skinny Bones blew him up. So, like I said, I don't know how long you was in here, but if I said it like about 20 minutes ago, had it been someone else, they would have went along with his play. And they would have been like, oh, he really not the father. But Skinny Bones blew it up. Well, I don't know what to tell you about your eyes. You know, you able to believe and see what you see. I can't tell you what your eyes saw, right? But we all saw the same thing. And like I said, we also know that if Blue was not the father, Blue would have posted the DNA test. He did it. He ain't even post a fake one. Because he know it would have been, everybody would have figured it out. He have not posted. So we talking about Blueface here. Never mind, you watch reality TV and some things could be fake, some things could be real. You in here, so that means you be following what's going on in the circus. So then you know that Blueface would have post the DNA test if he really was not the father. And I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that. Ronnie has done, and I don't want to talk about him because there's a family grieving. That's somebody who's gone, no longer here, and there's still a family grieving. But I'm going to say this one thing, and I'm going to not mention him anymore. He also said he know that wasn't his baby. That's why he never did the DNA test. He was supposed to show up, and he didn't. A supporter went to meet him at the court who lived in Baltimore. They went to meet him at the court the day that he was supposed to do it. He even went and got that man who does DNA tests with fathers and stuff like that, helped them do the paternity, made that man look like a fool, and he never went to the courthouse. So y'all keep thinking that baby was Ronnie's. Ronnie knew that was not his child. I guess you're gonna say that you also saw Ronnie in a delivery room when Krishan was live too. You said right. I 100% believe she got a DNA test and saw her get one. Okay, so you saw her get one. So then you know that it was her, that he was not, it was read that he's the father. Right? You also seen when Krishan read it and he was looking at it that he didn't even understand what it meant. That's how slow he is. He didn't even understand what it meant when it read out that he was the father, because it don't say you are the father. He was looking for you are the father. It says 999.9. You are, what it say? Like, you are excluded for not being the father. You are excluded for not being the father. Something like that. I forget how it go, because I got it. I have one. I had to do the same test. And he didn't even understood what it means. So how fake is that? Because if it was fake, he would have clearly just rocked out with, his fake storyline that he said. Oh, it was just a storyline. I was pretending. Then he wouldn't even play dumb when the test was read. He would have just been like, oh, it's my kid. He really didn't know what it meant. Like, come on. We got to make things make sense. Why he still didn't post the DNA test? How many people that's on his side saying that this is not his kid has gotten his comments telling him to post the DNA test? Did you ask yourself yet why he haven't posted the test? Exactly. He don't want to lose the clout. He don't. So right now, because she's going to keep her name going, he has to change it and come back with the BS of saying he's not the father again. I just got finished saying he can't even go on an interview without mentioning her name. Her name has to be mentioned. Like, what? This is your interview. You got 50 girls pregnant right now. A bunch of them claiming to be the baby mama right now. Why the interview wasn't talked about that? But we had to bring Krishan up the first 5 minutes in the interview. He would get 1,000% more clout if he proves he's not the father. Exactly. But he can't prove that. He can't. But now, if Krishan said, yo, let's go do another DNA test. Now, they go to the courts. Now and this is what I would have did to if I was Krishan. Because the court stuff be public, right? But Krishan, vowed that she was never going to take him to child support from the moment she got pregnant. But man, listen, the disrespect already went out the window. I would have went right to that courthouse. You want another DNA test because you want to keep telling the world we're going to do this child support, and you tell her, judge, you don't believe it's your kid. The judge is going to order the DNA test, and guess what? Everybody could pick the records up because it's going to be public, and everybody could see it for themselves. It's no longer on TV. That's how I would have did him. But what I don't like neither is Zeus. Lemmy comes out to clarify every single thing. But Lemmy is letting Whack and Blueface bring his show down by basically saying that they do fake DNA tests. Knowing that the DNC, they could sue, they could get sued for that. If that was fake, they can get sued. Okay? But because he rocked with Blue, he afraid to come out and open his mouth. But when Krishan was saying how demonic he was and all of that stuff was going on, he was real quick to jump on the internet. Real quick to talk about that and clarify that. But hey, whoever believes that Ronnie is the father, hey, they could believe what they want. And whoever believes that Blue is the father, They could believe what they want, but guess what? Guess who knows the truth? Krishan and Blueface. Guess who was in the bed when that baby was getting put up in her stomach? Krishan and Blueface. Nobody else was there but them. Nobody else. They the only two that was in that bed together. Just them. Not me, not you, not nobody in the chat, not the haters, not nobody. So the bottom line is the two of them always is and forever gonna know the truth. And he cannot take another test because it was already proven that Jonathan Porter is the father. He already took a test. People are slow. Nah, he actually can. He actually can. My son godfather, I'll tell you a quick story. My son godfather raised a kid that he thought was his. And he always in the back of his head thought that the child wasn't his. But because he didn't do a test, he just rocked with that was his kid. He had his kid at that time, thought that was his kid, had him every chance he could have him, support him, did everything. Then the mother wanted to be funny and take him to court because she thought he knew that this was his kid in his brain. So he went to court. He told the judge he wanted a test because, well, they ask you, do you want to take a DNA test when they're a certain age? He said, yeah. Test came back that wasn't his kid. Now, he was a police officer. So the female used that. Oh, y'all faked the test for him because he a cop. Y'all siding with him. Da, da, da. So they gave her a second DNA test. And guess what? The second DNA test also said he was not the father. So they will give you two DNA tests. They will. Mm-hmm. They can. They could do two. But it's like, why would you do two when you already did the first one? You know what I'm saying? In his case, is because he was an officer, he was a cop, and she wanted to make it look like, the system was manipulated by him because of who he was and all of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So they did. That's why they did two for her. But if Krishan went to court and he took him to court, first off, the judge might say no if Krishan walked in the courtroom with the letter from their fraternity test. The judge might deny it right then and there. But the judge might say, all right, you want to do another one because y'all did it on TV? Because remember, he's not on the birth certificate. He never signed the birth certificate. So the judge could also say, think like the rest of the world. Oh, it was done on TV and TV is not real and da da da. And they can grant him to do another DNA test. They can. It's all up to the judge, especially because his name is not on the birth certificate. But at the end of the day, Blueface know he the father. Blueface know that test was real. Blueface, her mama, and everybody else stood in that room while they was drawing blood from that girl while she was pregnant. The test that could put the baby in all type of complications. Okay? Insanity. Who you saying in a few other candidates? Who had a few other candidates? Yeah, Lady E. It can be used in court, right? But you heard what I just said, right? If the judge wanted to say, I'll grant you another DNA test because you want to say you don't believe it, because it was done on TV, they can, because he didn't sign the document. He didn't sign the birth certificate. But did you hear the story I just said? My son's godfather went through that in court, and they gave him 2 DNA tests because he was an officer. He was a police officer. And a female tried to make it look like the courts manipulated the DNA test because he was an officer. So the judge granted her a second DNA test, and he still was not the father. So it's up to the judge. The judge can grant you a second DNA test. It's up to the judge. He definitely is, Marsha. He definitely is. Yeah, damn near her whole family was in that room when she took that DNA test. All of them was there. Her mother was in that room fighting with her, arguing with her because Krishan wanted to get rid of the baby. Let's not forget that. When she did the DNA test, Krishan wanted to get rid of the baby because Blueface made her that he was down to have a baby. Then he told her he didn't want to be a family no more. So because he said he didn't want to be a family no more, she was gonna have an abortion. And her mother fought her not to. And then what happened? The lady said that it was gonna be too late for her to have an abortion by the time the DNA test results came back. So they waited for the DNA test results to come back. And that's why little Krishan is born today. Because those DNA tests came back to the point that she no longer can have an abortion. So if it was fake results, the baby wouldn't be here. She would have had an abortion. And they would have just rocked on with the fake results. Like, oh, he's not her kid. I mean, he's not Blueface kid, blah, blah, blah. And she just got an abortion, and they could have went on with the storyline that she was messing around with a whole bunch of men and blah, 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 blah. They could have did that. They could have did that, right? But instead, they waited for them DNA test results to come back. So people gotta use your brain, yo. You gotta use your brain. But Blue is not gonna, lady, he not gonna take her to court neither. Krishan vowed to never take him to court, right? But Blue is never gonna take her to court. You know why? Because then it's gonna show the world, once again, like I said before, the records are public. It's gonna show the world that he was a liar, that he is the father. Blueface don't want to take care of nobody kid. Do you see how long do you see him with his 2 kids? Only when he on stream. He do it for the views. Blueface ain't taking care of no kid. So he ain't gonna never take her to court. He ain't gonna never take her to court. And Nevaeh thinks she gonna have it easy. She want him to be the father so bad because it's a come up for her. We got to also look at Nevaeh. She was a scammer. She was out there selling weed. She was locked up. She just finished paying off her case for selling ounces of weed or whatever. Now you got the other potential baby father talking about she was busting checks. She a whole street girl. Living a street life. So saying Blueface is the baby father is definitely a come up for her. It wasn't a come up for Krishan because Krishan was giving him the money. Krishan already was making $1 million, giving it to Blue. So saying Blue was her baby father, what was that doing for her? That wasn't doing nothing for Krishan. We got to make this make sense. Krishan was bringing in the money to him. That little one song, there ain't nobody care about that song no more. A lot of people didn't know about Blue Girls Club. That was on OnlyFans. A lot of people ain't know about that. We found that, and I say this 101 times. Most of us found out who Krishan was when that video went viral of him beating her up in the nighttime on them LA streets. And then shortly after that, she went viral again for beating his mother up. That's how Krishan really came to the world. And then from there, it just took off. Her going to Now That's TV, her going to Zeus, and him and her fighting all over the internet and blah, 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 blah. She was making the money happen. So her saying that he was the father, it wasn't making, what was that doing for her? Nothing. But for Nevaeh, it's doing something for Nevaeh. Nevaeh feel like she getting out the shelter, leaving the trailer park, wherever the hell she at. That's why she keep begging to move in with him. So even if he beat her ass, although I said earlier, Nevaeh might be the one to lock him up, she might not, just so she could stay living in a big house. This is her first time in a big house. She's fiending to move in with him. Yeah, like he's right. The sister, I forgot that. Krishan's other sister said the result, they gave her address. The results were mailed to her house. She had to personally take the results to Krishan and Blue. But anyway, y'all, nobody came up today. It was just Angel and Petty. Y'all ain't want to come up here and chit chat with me today. Y'all love staying. I don't know why y'all do that to me. Y'all love staying in the comments when y'all come over here with me. But y'all go up. I feel away though, y'all, because y'all go up on the platform, on everybody else's platform, but y'all just want to stay in the comments when y'all come over here to me. Y'all be hurting my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be hurting my feelings. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to end it here. I got a slight little headache. I've been here a couple of minutes for 3 hours, so I was here for a while. So y'all know what I always say. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Support is free. I appreciate each and every one of you who came into the live tonight, who was chit-chatting back and forth in the live tonight. There's no me without y'all. I may be up here on a platform talking by myself, but guess what? I really can't talk by myself if y'all wasn't in the comments. So I appreciate y'all for even just being in the comments, because my views could say 0 and then I won't have a show, right? So I appreciate all of y'all for always supporting me in the chat, whether you can come up and chit chat and give your opinion, or whatever your spill is on what we talking about, or you talking about it in the comments. There's no me without y'all, and I love y'all. Thank you for the support. And to all my ladies in the chat who have kids, happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope you all guys have a nice, relaxing day. Hope the kids make you breakfast in bed and all that good stuff. So on that note, everybody have a good night. Enjoy your Mother's Day. To those who's not a mother, hey, I hope you guys have a good night, and just I hope y'all enjoy your day as well. All right. So good night. I love y'all. Later.